Well, good morning, everybody. Want to welcome you to Jim's In-Town Gardening and also Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. So here we are, Tuesday, the 21st, December. And right now I have one of Lily's boys who was born in January. Now Lily is a white Rex doe. She was bred to bred to Buster, who's my New Zealand buck. And, oh, easy, baby. Yes. Now, Lily had a whole variety of babies, colors. There was whites, there was blacks. There was this beautiful boy. There was a chestnut. Trying to think. She had quite a few different colors, and I believe, if I remember right, she had a litter of 9, and just beautiful rabbits. Beautiful rabbits. So, this guy, he just came in. I had him, he was outside for quite a while. Had him in a cage out on the grass where he could eat grass, and I really thought he was going to sell quick, but I didn't do a whole lot of advertising this summer, so me bad, just got busy. But I brought him in about a week ago, and he just loves the attention. You know, so with him, you know, if you were okay with a larger pet rabbit, you know, he would be a good choice, but also for a breeder. You know, if you're looking for a buck, yeah, work on the backside, you got some yucky there. Just a nice boy, calm boy, loves the attention. Sweetie. Yes. Easy, and as you can see, he's a good-sized boy. He's a little boy. He is. So, if you give me just a few minutes, I will bring one of the other boys out. Yes. Yeah. Okay, and then some of you have seen him before. This is CJ. Now, CJ is one that we rescued, a year ago, I believe, July. And at the time that we got him, I figured he was somewhere around 4 months old. Now, where we got him from, they were having problems with neighbors' dogs that were attacking. And this guy, I don't have records on. Like I said, I believe he was around 4 months old a year ago last July. He's a good boy. Come over here. Very curious boy. Now he just came back into the barn. He had been up in one of the upper cages, and I really needed that cage for one of my other does. So he had gone outside. He enjoyed the outdoor part, didn't enjoy the outside when it got cold. So he came back in. Again, he would make a good pet. You know, I think he would adapt well in a family setting. He loves the attention, and boy does he love his apple treats at night. In fact, outside we continue to do that with the apple treats because he does enjoy them. You know, he's got the lavender, but he's also got the brownish. You can see, especially on his head. I've had a lot of people interested in him. you know, they'll call and say, oh, I like that rabbit, and then I never hear from them. So I'm not sure. Would really like to see him go to a good home. You know, as far as a breeder, he's a little bit smaller. And that was typical for ones that we got from this particular place. They don't feed the same way I feed. I like the larger rabbits. And when I say that, I'm not saying that they didn't love their animals. It's just they fed a lot more vegetables and fruits than I do. And again, you know, I if you don't watch my video from yesterday, you know, I kind of go into that. They need grain. So if you didn't check out yesterday's video, if I can figure it out, I'm going to leave a link somewhere up there. So I'm going to brush this little guy a little bit. He's missed that. He enjoys being brushed. And then I will grab one of the others. Okay, so now I've got one of Fawn's boys. Now, he was born April 8th, 2021. And again, this is one I thought was going to go quick, and probably would have been if he had been advertised the way he should have been. Now, Fawn is the first doe that I kept from one of our rabbits after we first got started. Fawn's mom is a New Zealand white. I had bred her, let's see, this would have been her third breeding. I had bred her to Rex. For those that have been in this barn, you probably remember Rex. Rex was my red New Zealand boy. He was a sweet boy. We lost him a few weeks ago. I did keep one of Baby's boys that will replace him, and he's going to be equally as sweet, I believe, and beautiful, beautiful colorings. Anyway, so Fawn had this one, and let's see, Dad would have been Buster, New Zealand white. He's a good boy. Can you put your ears up? You got one forward, one backwards. I just sold his brother to a family in Ellsworth, and they love him. Really glad I got to know this family. Nice family, and I know that the rabbits that we have sold are going to a good home. It's so obvious. There's a Facebook page that he posts, and he made his own cages, hutches. Did a really good job. You can see the family snuggling up to the does and the bucks. In fact, they just bought one of Mocha's boys, the last chocolate Rex that I had from her. So, anyways, this guy is sweet. He's got a good personality. He's a little bit on the shy side. You know, again, if somebody was looking for a pet, I believe he'd make a good pet. He loves to be held. You know, in the cage, he's a little bit standoffish. And I had forgotten all about it. The other night I came up, because he just came in. He was laying right beside his mom, and I had forgot that Fawn was mom. Wasn't thinking when I put him there, and you know, I've often thought, do they remember? Do the moms remember the offspring? Do the offspring remember their moms? And you know, in this situation, I think he remembered her mom. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? So, beautiful markings. I don't know how well you're seeing that, or color. You know, you can see that fawn color with, you know, the little bits of white in there. Just a big boy, and he's solid. He is a solid boy. Should have weighed you. Yeah, should have weighed you. So, again, this guy is available. April, I gotta look. April 8th? Yes, April 8th. Sweet boy. So, if you give me just a minute, what are you doing? Something in my pocket. Oh, I got treats in my pocket. That's what he's after. Actually, he's lapping. This is something that his grandfather used to do. I'd rub him or massage him like this and lap. Tongue just to go in. Good boy. Yes. So give me just a minute and I am going to get one of Mandy's boys. Last one of Mandy's that we have. So give me just a few minutes. Okay, so here we've got Mandy's boy. Like I said, this is the last one of hers that I've got left. Now, Mandy, in the video that I did yesterday, Mandy is a Lavender Rex doe. Again, I have bred her to Buster. And let's see. This litter was born December 12th. So he's easy, honey. He's a little over a year old. Just barely. Again, he's a solid boy. Love the markings. Now, for those that remember, you'd have to go back to my videos on December when I did quite a bit of filming on her litter. What was neat is she had two, alright, there would have been a doe just about the same color as this one. I believe there was a doe and a buck that were black. I believe, I can't remember the colors now. That was so long ago. Anyways, again, this one, I think he'd make a good pet for somebody. Again, looking for a larger rabbit. You know, you'd have to work with him a little bit of time. Usually it doesn't take long when I'm holding him and petting for him to settle down. But he just came in. It was about a week ago I brought these guys in from the cover. So they're back with the rest of the herd. Solid boy, pretty coloring. You know, that chestnut. Like I said, I think he'd calm down if somebody was looking for a pet. Or he'd make a good breeder. You know, if you had New Zealand's, you know, Mandy's babies tend to grow quickly. Usually to get them at the 5-pound mark. Hers are usually right around that 8-9 week old. And usually they're right there. I was really hoping that there was a lot of people interested in starting their own herd, and I thought for sure that he'd be one of the first ones to go. He's a beautiful boy. You know, he's got good size to him. So, I also have 2 New Zealand boys left of Sugar's litter. And these guys are getting there too. Sugar. Sugar's babies were born May 19th. Sugar's babies have always grown well. No question having hers at 5 pounds. on the 8th week. You know, that's the goal that I try to push for. You know, and that's another one that I'm going to have to think probably within a year of raising up a girl to replace her. Sugar has been my pride and joy. She was our first doe, and there's some history with that girl. You know, I do have her fawn, which is the red, but I want another white New Zealand. You know, I do have baby. I've got Daisy. Daisy's got some Californian in him. I bought her from somebody else back when we first got started. You know, and then I have the Rexes. I've got 2 white Rex does, and I'm going to be breeding them, both of them, probably in the next week. Lily and Angel. Now, Lily has had a litter. Lily is a fantastic mom. She had her first litter last year. Did an awesome job with them. Angel, I had tried breeding her back a while ago, and she didn't take. So I'll probably try her again. I just wanted to wait until the summer was over with. I don't like having babies in the heat. It's hard on them. You know, in this building here, with the clear panels, it gets warm in here quick during the summer. So I ended up having the insulation up overhead. There's a couple more things that I want to do this coming summer. Plus, I've got the air conditioning unit. You settle down. Ears are kind of up. You know, I mention often, you know, so many people are worried about the cold. I worry more about the heat than I do the cold. You know, I could go without my little heater. And these guys will be fine. The only thing I'd have to change out water bottles every morning, every night. Without the heat on, going through the night, you know, it would probably get down into the 20s. These rabbits could handle that. Probably even having young, you know, in the nest box, they would be fine. As long as the mom's pulled enough fur, built a decent nest. You know, what I'd have to worry about then is if the babies got dragged out, you know, from the moms. They hold on to the nipple and got dragged out. Then I'd have to worry about it. But, you know, I want them to be comfortable. And I want to be comfortable when I'm out here working with them. You know, my hands get cold really easy. I've smashed them so much, you know, working on the dairy farms that doesn't take much for them to get cold. So, who's squeaking? Thank you, Mandy. So, give me just a few minutes and I will bring the 2 white boys. I'm going to have to do some cleaning up on them too, and I'll show you what I use on that. Good boy. Yes, you are. Be right back. Okay, so now I've got one of Sugar's boys. Again, these were born in on May 18th, 19th. This is the smaller of the 2 boys. And you can see, because boys ride each other. Actually, the does ride each other. I've got his brother. They're in the same cage now. What I use is this, and you're probably reading it backwards because I can't do my camera the way. It's, and like I said, I have no affiliation with them at all. Esprit Small Pet Aloe Wipe, sensitive skin formula for quick and gentle cleanups. So quite often what I'll do, easy honey, is I'll just kind of rub the markings. It smells good. And then I just let it dry up and brush it out. and it's not going to dry quite in time. It takes a while to dry, but it doesn't soak the rabbit. I do not wash my rabbits in the sink. Don't bathe them. Rabbits do not like that. So I'll just let that dry and brush it out, and it works pretty good. Hey, sweet boy. You know, so if you're looking to add a different buck to your herd, this would be a choice. Fairly calm. I haven't had these boys out of the cage a lot. Excuse me. You know, my numbers, busy summer, my numbers got up there. So it's hard. It's hard to spend that quality time that I like to spend with them. Now my numbers have gotten down there quite a bit, which I needed to do. You're a good boy. Without weighing him, without weighing him on the scale, my guess is going to be he's probably right around 8.5. He might be 9 pounds. Nice boy. Nice boy. So if you give me a few minutes, I will grab his brother, and I'll be right with you. Okay, so here's the other one. This will be the brother of the one I just showed you. He's bigger. He's a good boy too. And he's solid. He's quite hefty. I've already wiped him down. That stuff's drying, so I'll brush him out after. Easy, honey. Let me sit you down and see if I can get the camera down. There you go. You can see he's quite solid. Nice arch. Big ears, though. Boy, you got big ears. But, you know, again, looking for a replacement breeder. You know, he'd be decent. Sugar has always had decent litters. Size. You know, and their dad, Buster, and I always use, other than at the original births with Sugar, when I used Rex with him, Buster has always been the one since. Good job. So, as far as my larger breeds, that's what I have left, all boys. Easy. Now, the video that I added last Tuesday, you can see Layla's group. Shiloh's bunnies. I have all of those left other than the opal one, who left yesterday. So there's 2 black boys and 2 white boys, and then there's a chestnut doe, easy, sweetie, a chestnut doe, a black doe, and a white doe. Is that 4? I gotta look up. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, there's 2 white ones. 2 white ones, a black one, and a chestnut. You know, those are more of the smaller, those aren't going to be this size. That would be more the pet size. So, this video went longer, a little over 24 minutes. This went longer than I was hoping. You know, if you're looking for a pet rabbit, maybe to replace a breeder that you have, or if you're getting started and you have 2 does and you're looking for a buck, I've showed you some that are available. And if you're just interested in seeing some nice bunnies, you get to see that. So friends, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Hopefully I'm back on track where I can every Monday do a rabbit update, Tuesdays do a the rabbits that we have for sale. I am going to be starting to do some breeding here. Right now I've got just 2 does that are bred. I'm going to be starting with my Rexes. So be watching. I know there's some interest in the Rexes. So love you guys. Thank you so much. God bless you.